How good is the Camry XSE V6 front wheel drive in the rain? Well, in case you guys haven't heard or seen on the news, it's been raining like crazy here in Southern California. So I've had to learn the hard way how good this car is in the rain. And honestly, it does pretty well in the rain. And also during this time, I've been going on lots of road trips, which has forced me to drive in the rain quite a bit. So I have definitely figured out how good this thing drives in the rain. And there's a lot of obvious reasons why this car is so good in the rain, but there's also a couple that might surprise you. So stay tuned for that. But before we get into it, make sure you guys hit that subscribe button down below. And yeah, let's get into it. First off, the tires on this car are still pretty new, so we had no issues in that department. Typically, when you're thinking about driving in the rain, you're thinking tires are going to be one of the main factors for you not being able to drive well in the rain, because if you have worn out tires, you're going to be slipping a lot more. If you have all that tread left still on your tires, water can get through them really easily and they can get dispersed, and you won't have to worry very much about slipping out or hydroplaning or anything like that, as long as the puddles aren't too deep. So this is the one that you guys might not have been expecting. So this car is a V6. That's why I make so many videos on this car, because most Camrys are not V6s. And so to get like the perspective of a Camry that is a V6 for different types of weather or situations, that's why I'm making these videos. So because it's a V6, you would expect it to not be amazing in the rain. It is front wheel drive, like I said earlier, which is an important distinction, because there are some all wheel drive Camrys that I'm sure would absolutely crush it in the rain and snow and stuff. But this is a front wheel drive V6. So it's a little bit more iffy when you think about it, but honestly, it had really no issues. I mean, it loses a little bit of traction if you like floor it a little bit, but it'll lose traction flooring it with the V6 300 horsepower front wheel drive, even in dry conditions. So yeah, really, I'm really impressed with the way that it performed, even though it is a V6. If you're trying to floor it even to pass somebody on the freeway because someone is just going ridiculously slow, like I said earlier, I went on some road trips and I had to drive on freeways quite a bit. Even if you're doing that, you are pretty fine. So it's not gonna be a big deal. Okay, the other thing is, yes, this is a front wheel drive car. It is not rear wheel drive. I'm probably gonna make a video on the Lexus very similar to this one, because the rear wheel drive obviously is a little bit more risky. The Lexus has some crazy technology. We're gonna go over that. And so it's actually not that bad. But yeah, having front wheel drive definitely gives this car an advantage to driving in the rain or snow. I don't think anybody thought this would be a particularly bad car in the rain, but the reason I made this video is because the V6 is kind of a different thing. Like I said earlier, there's not many Camrys out there with a V6. So this video mainly just is going over the reasons why it's pretty good in the rain and whether or not you should get the V6 if you live in a particularly rainy climate or snowy climate. Is this car going to be good for you? That is the reason I made this. So anyway, speaking of which, if you guys have this car or a V6 Camry and you guys have had completely different experiences with it in the rain, make sure to leave that in the comments below. And if this video was helpful for you, or if you just enjoyed watching it, also make sure you guys like it and comment, and don't forget to subscribe. But yeah, thank you guys for watching.